Assalamu alaikum. Today we will learn the factorization. So factorization is the procedure of putting the brackets back in. If you remember in the previous class, we were talking about multiplying out the brackets or expanding the brackets. So in that procedure, we remove the brackets. Now in this procedure, we are putting back the brackets in the expression. Consider the expression 12a plus 8b. To factorize this expression, we have to look for what we call the biggest common number between 12a and 8b, and we take this as a common factor, and then we factorize the expression. Let's see the details of this procedure. Now 12a plus 8b, to factorize it, or when we factorize it, we'll obtain 4 in front of this bracket, and then we'll have inside the bracket we have 3a plus 2b. If you multiply out this bracket, you will obtain the original expression, the 12a plus 8b, which is the expanded expression. Okay, so now we will learn how to get this factorization. So what you need to do is you need to write the first term into its lowest terms, or into its prime numbers, let me say. So 12a, we can write it as 4 multiplied by 3a, because 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, plus 8, we can factorize it as a2 let me start again. So 12 can be factorized as 2 times 2 times 3a plus 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8, times b. If you don't know how to do this, the factorization, I will do this in details here. So 12, to get its prime numbers, first you divide by 2, you will get 6. 12 divided by 2, you will get 6. 6 divided by 2, you will get 3. So always you divide by 2. If the number cannot be divided by 2, you divide by 3. If the number cannot be divided by 3, you divide by 5. So always you divide by the prime numbers, and we start from the smallest prime number. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and so on. We call them prime numbers. So first we divide by 2, we got 6, and then 6 divided by 2, we got 3. Now 3 cannot be divided by 2, then we will try to divide by 3. Yes, it can be divided by 3, we'll get 1. So until you reach 1. So 12 is equivalent to 2 times 2 times 3. You multiply these by each other. That's why I wrote 12 is equivalent to 2 times 2 times 3. Now for 8, the same story. What you do is, this is 8. You divide 8 by 2, you will get 4. And then you divide by 2, you will get 2. You divide by 2, you will get 1, until you reach 1. That's why 8 is equivalent to 2 times 2 times 2. Now, this is equivalent to, you consider the common factor. The common factor means the number that exists in the first term and in the second term. So 2 is, you can find it here, and you can find also 2 in the other term. So you take only 1, 2, one of these as a common factor, means it exists in both terms. Also we have another 2. This is 2 and this is 2. So also we take it as a common factor. What else? Nothing. So 2 times 2 is the common factor between the two terms. Now you open the bracket. The remaining from the first term is 3a, and the remaining from the second term is 2b. Then you can say 2 times 2 is 4, you write it as 4. And then inside the bracket we will have 3a plus 2 b. So this is the way we factorize 12a plus 8b. This method is called considering or taking the common factor. Now let's have another example. Let's factorize 6a minus 3l squared. So to factorize this, we have to factorize these numbers 6 and 3, l and l squared, into their lowest terms. So 6 can be factorized as 2 times 3 times l minus 3 is a prime number, so cannot be reduced anymore. And l squared is l times l. So what is the common term between the two terms? What is the common number? 2 times 3 times l and 3 times l times l. So you can see here we have 3 and 3. We can take this as a common factor. We have also l and l. So 3l is the common factor. 2 is not a common factor. The second l here is not a common factor because in the first term there's no more l. So now you open the bracket. From the first term we have 2, and from the second term we have l. So this is the factorization of this number. You can see the solution here. So this is the answer. You can see the answer, 3l, okay? You can see the answer here, 3l, the common factor multiplied by 2 minus l, okay? Let's see the other example here. So you can again write each number and each term in its lowest term. So 5a is already in the lowest form, 5 times a, minus 10 can be, we can write it as 5 times 2, don't forget this b, plus 20 is 2 times 2 times 5b. Okay? Then next, we consider the common term. What is the common? You can see 5, 5, and 5. So you write 5 as a common. Is there any common term? No. Common term means the term that does exist in every term of these three terms. So open the bracket. The remaining from the first term is a, minus from the second is 2b, and from the third is 2 times 2 times b. We can write it as 4b because 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? And then you close the bracket. So this is the way we factorize the expression. Okay, this is the way we factorize the expression. You can see the answer here at the bottom. Okay, these are some practice problems. Yeah, let's factorize this one. 7d plus 21. So to factorize this question, we have to find the common factor. So the common factor between 7 and 21 is 7. And then you open the bracket. The remaining from the first term is d, and the remaining from the second term is 3. Because 21 is factorized as 3 times 7. So this 7 and this 7 can be taken as a common factor, and then the remaining will be d plus 3. Okay? Yeah. Okay. What is the common factor between 16 and 20? 2 is a common factor. 4 is also a common factor. But 4 is greater than 2, then we will consider the greatest common factor. So the common factor will be 4. If we take common factor 4, because 16 is 4 times 4. 16 is 4 times 4. Okay. So, yeah. So 16 is 4 times 4. And if we consider the common factor, which is 4, yeah, then we can, this is 4 times 4, W, and this 20 is, we can say 2 times 2 times 5, Q. So you can see the 4 is a common factor because we can take this 4 and 2 times 2 is 4. Then the remaining will be 4W plus 5Q. So, yeah, 4W plus or minus 5Q. So this will be the factorization. The third question is the common term will be, or the common number is 3. Okay, so 3. And then you open a bracket. The remaining will be, because 6 is 2 times 3, so the remaining will be 2x. And from the second term is minus y. And from the third term is 3z. Okay? Okay. So here we have 3 minus 3 plus 3z. Okay, so this is the factorization. If you multiply out this bracket, you should get the original expression, okay? So that's why this is this should be y, not the 3, okay? This is not y, this should be 3. This should be y, okay? Because here 3 times y, we took 3 as a common factor, the remaining will be minus 3. Okay, the last one, what is the common factor? 5. Let me do this in details. 5 times q minus 10, which is 5 times 2. And the q square is q times q. Q times q. So this is equivalent. 5 is common, so we'll consider 5. Also q is common. This is q. And then we open the bracket. What is the remaining here? The remaining here is 1, not 0. The remaining here is 1, not 0, because if we divide 5q by 5q, you'll get 1. And the remaining from the second term is 2q. So to check your answer, you can multiply out this bracket, you will get the original one, okay? Okay, these are some other examples. Now to move to other types of factorization where we got two brackets like these two brackets. Let's first learn how to multiply out these two brackets, and then we will learn how to factorize them. Again, similar to the previous topic which we learned in the previous class, to multiply the two brackets, we have to use the distributive laws. Means we have to multiply x by the whole bracket and then y by the whole bracket. So x will be multiplied by the second bracket, that is x plus 2, and plus 1 will be also multiplied by the second bracket. So what I did is I distributed the contents of the first bracket, multiplied it by the contents, or by the whole bracket, by the whole of the second bracket. Now, to multiply out these brackets, you multiply x times x is x squared, plus x times 2 is 2x, plus 1 times x is x, plus 1 times 2 is 2. And then look for the like terms. What are the like terms? These two x and x. X squared, there's no like terms for x squared. 2x plus x is 3x, and we have here plus 2. Okay. So this is the multiplication or expansion of these two terms. Okay. This is the solution in more details. Now for the second equation, x plus 5 multiplied by x minus 5 will follow the same law, that is the distributive law. Means x will be multiplied by the whole bracket plus 5 multiplied by the whole bracket. So to expand those brackets, you have to multiply x by x, which is x squared, x times minus 5, that is minus 5x. 5 multiplied by x is 5x, and 5 times minus 5 is minus 25. Now the like terms are these two terms in the middle, minus 5x plus 5x. They will cancel each other, okay? So these two terms will cancel each other to 0, and the remaining will be x squared minus 25. So the expansion of these two brackets will be x squared minus 25. There's one more example here, the same story. 2x minus y in one bracket, and the second bracket we have x plus y minus 6. So what you need to do is you need to multiply 2x by the second bracket, as we wrote here, minus y multiplied by the second bracket. Okay, so I distributed these two terms on the second bracket, multiplied by the second bracket. Now we have to expand these two brackets. So 2x multiplied by x is 2x squared, and 2x multiplied by y is 2xy. 2x multiplied by minus 6 is minus 12x. We multiply 2 times minus 6, that is minus 12x. And for the second bracket, we have minus y multiplied by x, that is minus yx. Minus y multiplied by y is minus y squared, and minus y multiplied by minus 6 is positive 6y, because minus multiplied by minus is positive, and y multiplied by 6 is 6y. Now, where are the like terms? You can see here we have 2xy and we have here yx. We said xy is the same as yx, because in the multiplication, which one comes first doesn't matter. So x multiplied by y is the same as y multiplied by x. So these two terms are considered like terms. So the simplification here will be 2x squared, we will write it as it is. 2xy minus yx is 2xy. Minus 12x, we write it as it is, and the last two terms, we wrote them as they are. So this is the answer of this equation. Here we have some practice problems. I will leave these practice problems for you. You can solve them at home, okay? And we can discuss these during the class if you have any problem. Now let's see if want to factorize the expression into two brackets. There is a method, it's called factorization, using the difference of two squares. The difference of two squares formula. Just now, when we solve this equation, x plus 5 in one bracket and x minus 5 in the other bracket, the final answer was x squared minus 25, which can be written as x squared minus 5 squared. Now this is called difference of two squares. Why? Because x has a square and 5 has a square, and there's minus sign between them. Means there is a difference between x squared minus 5 squared. That's why we call this a difference between two squares. Now, if we want to factorize the difference of two squares, we will obtain these two brackets. Okay? So the factorization of the difference of two squares will give us the first term plus the second term in the first bracket. In the second bracket, we will have the first term minus the second term. See, the terms inside the two brackets, they are the same, except that here we have a plus sign, positive sign. Here we have a negative sign. So we will say in general, if we have two squared numbers like a squared minus b squared, then to factorize them, we have to use this formula. A squared minus b squared equals a plus b in one bracket. In the second bracket, we will have a minus b. So we'll use this formula. A squared minus b squared equals a plus b in one bracket. In the second bracket, we have a minus b. So you have to remember this as a formula for factorization. So this is called difference of two squares formula. And this provides a quick way of factorizing certain expressions. The expression has to be in this format, difference of two squares. As an example, let's factorize x squared minus 16. X squared minus 16. Well, we can write this as a difference of two squares. Why? Because 16 is equivalent to 4 squared. So if we write 16 as 4 to the power of 2, then we will have a difference of two squares. Then this equation can be written as a difference of two squares. And if we use the formula, then the factorization will be x plus 4 multiplied by x minus 4. How about this question, 9x squared minus 100? Well, we will try to write this as a difference of two squared. Well, 9 multiplied by x squared, we can write it as 3x squared. 3x together is squared. And 100, we can write it as 10 squared. Then the result will be a difference of two squares, because 3x squared is 9x squared, and 10 squared is 100. So this is a difference of two squared. Use the formula, means the first number, 3x, plus the second number, which is 10, 3x plus 10 in one bracket. The second bracket will be the same, except that you have to change plus to minus. So this is the way we use the difference of two squares formula. Let's see some practice problems here. X squared minus 64. So let's write 64 as a squared number. Okay. Well, we can say this is x squared. And we have to look for the number that if we square it, we will get 64. There is only one number, that is 8. So 8 squared will give us 64. And this can be factorized as x. We can factorize it as x minus 8 in one bracket, or x plus 8. And the second bracket will be x minus 8. If you ask me which bracket to write first, with the positive sign or negative sign, doesn't matter, because this is multiplication of two brackets. So if you write in the first bracket x minus 8, in the second bracket x plus 8, that is correct also. For the second question, well, we can write 4x squared as 2x in one bracket, because 2x, if you expand this bracket, 2x multiplied by 2x, you will get 4x squared. Minus 81 is 9 squared. See, this is the difference of two squares, and this can be factorized using the formula 2x minus 9 or 2x plus 9, whichever you like, and then 2x plus 9, okay? 2x plus 9. I hope this is clear. So this is the way we use the formula to factorize. And this is the end of this topic. We will continue with in the other video with the other topic, which is fractions, okay? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.